This is Emma. I'm coming back with another video. Like I promised, today's video is going to be more about piercings instead of makeup. And today's piercing is going to be focusing on the Monroe piercing. So in my last makeup video, I kind of mentioned that I did have a newer piercing, which is right here. And that I was going to be going and doing a video talking a little bit about it and then showing you how to change the piercing. So the Monroe piercing comes after Marilyn Monroe for her beauty mark that she had a little mole right on her left side, right above her lip, right about there. And so that's why it's called the Monroe piercing. There's also a piercing that is like the same thing, except it's called Madonna. And it is on the right side instead. That's in the same spot because Madonna was born with a beauty mark on her right side. So my same spiel again, make sure you find a good shop, yada yada yada, make sure you have a good piercer, do your research before you do it. Usually, unless if you're trying a new shop, you're going to already have a routine kind of place that you go to because Monroe is not going to be the first piercing that you're going to do. Usually your ears or something else first. So make sure they're a clean, sterile kind of place and that it's a reputable shop that you feel comfortable talking to your piercer with. So before you go, I would recommend brushing your teeth, putting some Listerine in your mouth, getting rid of all that bacteria that you got going on, and then you're all set to go. Okay, so when you go into the shop, most shops usually pierce with a 16 gauge needle. That's a pretty typical size for a lot of piercings. So it'll be a 16 gauge. They will go in and they will clean your skin around the area. Once you tell them what you're getting done, your Monroe or your Madonna. And once they clean that, then they're going to take Glycerine and have you swish on the inside, and they're going to make sure the inside's all clean. And then they're going to take a pen and make a mark somewhere along your skin based on your face shape and, you know, the size of your upper lip and all that kind of stuff. Once they have that mark made, they're going to have you look in the mirror and kind of make sure that it looks good to you because ultimately it is your piercing. So if you want it even like 1/8 of an inch higher to the left or the right, whatever, now is the time to make the change. So then once the dot is made, they will put the clamp on your upper lip, rubber band the handles together, and then they will kind of give you like, okay, we're going to give you a countdown, 3, 2, breathe in, and then as they're going through with the needle, so you exhale as they're going through your skin. So as far as like the after process, everybody heals differently. My lip didn't swell at all. There was like next to no pain. It was uncomfortable at first for like the first couple of days to kind of get used to. It kept getting stuck on like my teeth and I had a harder time talking. But it was just a matter of like getting used to it. That was the only problem. So I had no swelling. But some people say that they have a ton of swelling. They get a ton of crusties that form around it. So the aftermath, after it is done, is it will sometimes get like some crusties around the edges when it is healing. I did have that for like a couple days, but if you keep up with the cleaning and stuff, like it'll go away. Some people I know were really consistent with their cleaning 2 to 3 times a day, and they still had crusties for like 2 to 3 weeks after. If it's like 3 weeks after and you're still getting crusties, you might want to go into your piercer and maybe talk about adding a little bit of a different solution, maybe a saline solution mixed with like a little bit of tea tree essential oil. So yeah, so my crusties went away, and then after that it was fine. I waited less time than I should have before I changed it. But it takes anywhere between 3 to 10 weeks to heal before you can like originally change it. And it takes like about a full year before it is fully healed where the piercing has been done. So if it is less than that year, you are at higher risk for like infection, for it to close up quicker than it normally would. So that first year, you do have to be careful. So the jewelry that they use is, well, like I said, it's a 16 gauge hole that they make, but they use a lobe. It's the kind of jewelry that they put in there. So a lobe is basically your post, and on the end it's got like a flat end It almost looks like a nail head. And then on the other end of it, it's an internally threaded. Usually the shop pierces with like a stud ball or whatever. This is what I've changed it to, but that's what they usually pierce it with, a little ball. And some shops, most shops actually, give you a longer post so that if you do happen to have swelling and a lot of crusties, it makes it a little bit easier to clean. So for cleaning, after you get your piercing done, you want to take a Q-tip, and I know I have someone around here. Maybe not. You want to take a Q-tip and go all the way around with the saline solution, saltwater solution, and clean, and then use like a Listerine mouthwash for the inside part of your mouth. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to clean it. Or no, not how to clean it. How to take the piercing out. Oh my gosh. I'm turning my camera a little bit sideways so that so you guys can see, and then I have a mirror, you know, straight in front of me, like right here. So this mirror is what I'm going to be using. So make sure your hands are clean before you do anything. And then look at that, guys, let's take all our teeth. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, oh, that's disgusting. I gotta go get that off. So my hands are clean and lipstick is off my teeth. You're gonna open up your mouth. And what I'm gonna do is put my thumb on the inside, on the back of the earring, or on the ring. Well, jewelry actually. And then I'm gonna hold it in place and unscrew. It unscrews right up front here on this jewelry piece. So I'm gonna unscrew it, and then I'll show you. So, yeah. The piercing is out. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so now to put it back in, you're going to start with this post again, and the post looks, so the end looks kind of like that, and then the actual jewelry looks like that, and then it is internally threaded on the inside. So I'm going to let her go. This is by far the hardest part, so. Now that I have this in, like this, I need to get the top. So I switch hands, and I got the gem, and I need to screw it back in there. This is always the trickiest part because it's such a little piece, I always drop it, so. All right, here we go. I'm not gonna lie, but that is one of the harder piercings to change. Not that it's hard, but it's frustrating, I guess, because unscrewing it and taking out is fine. It's getting it back in. Going from inside your upper lip to get the post through is like a medium level of difficulty. The hardest part is getting this tiny little gem to screw back in on the thing. And like, it's not like you're changing your nose, like your mouth is wet and it's slippery. So it makes it a lot more difficult, especially because the jewelry just slips right out of your fingers, and like it's a little, and not that my fingers are big, but it's hard to grasp. So it's hard to kind of get the point lined up with the post and to get it screwed back in. So The last thing I do want to say is make sure that you clean it really well. If you're wearing makeup like I am, whether it's on your skin or on your eyes or lips, whatever, please make sure that you do extra cleaning to take care of it. I do also want to talk really quick about if it gets infected. If it gets infected, you just need to up the amount of times you're cleaning it. So if you're cleaning it once a day, maybe try and clean it 2 to 3 times a day. Initially, once you get it pierced, you should be cleaning it 2 to 3 times a day. But after that 10 weeks is over, then you could switch down to 1 to 2 times per day, depending on how much crusties you're still getting. And then after that year's over, I usually just make sure, a couple times a week I'm cleaning it, not necessarily every day. Right now don't clean mine at all. But I've been very fortunate, none of my piercings get infected. So one of these days that's going to bite me in the butt. So yeah, this is the Monroe, and then on the right side is your Madonna, just to reiterate. And if you get both your Monroe and Madonna, and you have both right there, those are called angel bites. So you can also request something called angel bites when you get it done. I would recommend one at a time, just because it is going to be a little bit red. And it is going to have a little bit of a sting afterwards, I guess. It doesn't really hurt, but it's going to definitely sting. So make sure that you take good care of them cleaning. And if it does get infected, just clean it more. If it still is infected, go to your piercer. But I would also recommend tea tree essential oil, mixing it in with your saline solution. That tends to really help. It calms the skin down and brings swelling down. The 3 or 4 most common types of signs of infection are lots of crusties and blood, like heat, so it's going to be hot in the area, and red, puffy and swollen, and that's pretty much it. So just kind of watch for those signs, otherwise it'll look pretty cool after you get it pierced, and that is my piercing. And the next videos you guys can look forward to are mostly about different types of ear piercings. So I kind of did a general overview of different ear piercings, but my next video is going to be ear piercings part 1, and it's going to focus on 4 different types of ear piercings: earlobe, helix, forward helix, and traigus, which is all going to be in this ear. So I'm going to be talking about that ear and pain scale, what they pierce with the jewelry, cleaning, changing, all that kind of stuff will be in the next video. And if you guys didn't notice, my hair color changed. Like that, yay, it's a different color. So I did go blonde for the summertime. Sometime in the next couple weeks, I will be uploading a video talking about my experiences with dyeing hair, good and bad, and some things I've learned over the years. I go from black in the wintertime to brown in the springtime to blonde in the summertime to red in the fall. So I have and I've had other colors besides those as well. And I've had a whole bunch of different hairstyles too. So I do want to start uploading some hair videos, and this is my natural hair. It's really wavy and just kind of doing its own thing. I kind of like it. It kind of looks like beach waves almost. I don't know, kind of cool. So I'm going to talk about straightening your hair, some different hairstyles, different braids, dyeing your hair, pixie cut, bob, long hair, pros and cons to both, how to style them, different products to use. Oh my gosh, there's so much with hair. So, yeah, I'll be bringing you that ear piercing video and some hair videos coming up next. I do also have some summer fashion outfits to show you guys in some videos, like this dress. So, you have a lot to look forward to for the summertime, so I'll catch you guys very soon. See ya!